Oh, you know what I want to do? I'm gonna do that. I have this little cell phone holder from IKEA. Is this thing even on? A cell phone holder from IKEA, and it holds an IKEA light perfectly, and that is how I light my fucking face up. Okay, today's Friday, and I feel like there's an overwhelming amount of things to do, but not really an overwhelming amount of things to do. I need to prioritize. I should write everything down, but I'm not going to do that. Yesterday was super weird. Yesterday at work was super weird. Like 15% of the people got laid off, and because I'm just using this as like a video diary at this point because nobody's watching. Yeah, I wasn't one of them, so I'm super thankful for that, but it's super weird because every Thursday I lead a meeting of my own accord where I talk about positive things, and I did one yesterday, and then everybody got let go. So I prepared this week's next Thursdays already. We'll see how that goes. Also, this is going to be kind of a haul over the last 2 weeks. I guess I went to Aspen on the 5th, Brody. I went to Aspen on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Came back on the 6th. And while I was there, I hit up the thrift stores that I normally would hit up. There was a couple of good things, and I'm going to show you what I picked up. Because nobody ever does this when they talk about the thrift store stuff. Go over what sold and for how much. So if I got... Ooh, did I fucking delete them all? I think I deleted them all yesterday. Order shipping labels. Okay, so I found a volcano, which I'm not going to show. I guess I can put the photo up. I'm going to learn how to do that. I'm going to put the photo up. So I found the volcano. Such a weird find. And this was a chaotic thing. I filmed an entire video about it, and it happened in Aspen. So found this volcano. Paid $10 for it plus tax, so whatever, $11. I sold it like 38 minutes later for $2.45. It took me like 3 days to get it shipped out. It went to a guy in Georgia, and he sent these photos. Hopefully I'll be able to put those up here. He sent these photos. The unit absolutely destroyed. Super suspicious. I don't want to get into... I was like, bro, I'll give you half your money back. You know, will that make you happy? And he was like, yeah, that works. So I ended up refunding him half his money. It ended up so say I made $100 on it. Still made a little bit of money. Pretty disappointed because it should have been more, but it's just the way that situation happened. It's the first time I've ever had anything destroyed. I've had things taken from the post office before, and I've had things go missing, just evaporate. The shipping labels just stopped getting tracked. But this is the first time it's ever been destroyed upon delivery. So, and then the ski boots that I got, that I posted up a couple of weeks ago, those sold... a week later, they sold for $145, so not too bad there. I sold that snowboard jacket that I've had for a long time, double RL, blah 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 blah. And I think everything else that I found is still up for sale. In Aspen, I found an Arc'teryx jacket, but green in color. It's got the embroidery patch here on the left sleeve. Then in Aspen, I went to Susie's there downtown and found 2 pairs of shoes. I found a pair of triple white Jordan 13s. Typically their athletic sneakers are dummy cheap. They wanted $135, so as soon as she told me the price, I was like, no. She was like, well, we found the receipt in them. The receipt was from like some resale store in New York from 2019, where the guy paid $500 for them, which I don't know that the triple white 13s, hopefully I can put a photo up here, have ever sold for $500. It like got just, oh God, I felt bad for the guy that bought them. And there's a couple of pretty notorious there's a couple of notorious sneaker stores in LA and New York, Flight Club being the first one that comes to mind, that will just overcharge for this kind of stuff, but $500 for these is wrong. So they felt comfortable pricing them at $135, which, I mean, even if you had the box, had everything else, I think StockX price was like $200. Not worth it. They were my size, I would have kept them. But then I found these. So the Kobe 10s, which when these things came out, I still lived in Aspen. I wanted them so bad. I just like shoes that have kind of this off-color mismatch pattern. I've got the Air Max 95s that do it, and I've got a couple of other shoes that have been mismatched, and I just love them. But $31 for these, and these are already listed. Somebody's already bid on them. Yeah, 31 bucks. I don't know if the outsole is coming in, but Jesus, like unworn. These are in perfect condition. I think spec on these on StockX was like $550. So I listed them for $200, and like I said, there's already a bid on them, so they'll sell. Then I came back to Denver and went to the thrift store here and found silly stuff. So found this. Was pretty sure that it's fake. It's got the weird tag on it. It's got, I mean, it just seems like it was over branded. You know, it over brand to the point where you're like it's got the name on it too many times, if that makes sense, to be real. $7.99. I'm still not 100% sure, but I tried to find a spec. And I found this on the Real. So yeah, the Real does this all the time. There's that. So you tell me. I'm not going to put it up as real. If anything, I will just wear it. It's kind of a stunner piece. But they sold it for $7.45. I don't know when it was sold, but I do know that they I don't know when it was sold, but I do know that they will delete things off their website if it's a certain period old. Like I said, it still has that tag on it that's like, you need to cut it off. There's not like somebody put that thing on there, but it just, I don't know, it's one of the it's too good to be trues kind of thing. I know I'm pretty good at finding crazy, insane shit, and the next few finds that I show you will kind of prove that, but this seems too good. And then the next was pants. I think I'm just good at what I do. I know a lot about menswear now. It's still something that I pay a lot of attention to. Maybe I'll start filming videos where I start talking about it and critiquing some of this stuff. I'm not really sure why my opinion would matter, but I do have a lot of opinions because I'm a human. But I found these at the thrift store as well. They're just navy blue pants. They don't feel very good in terms of material. They just feel like cotton pants. I've got a couple of pairs of Brunello, and I've had a couple of other Brunello pieces. one of their like jean. I've had two of their jean jackets and some of their polos, and sometimes their materials are amazing, and sometimes their materials are not amazing. This is one of the latters. I don't really care for the contrast stitching on there, but you can see some of it where it just appears like it's an over-dyed yarn or an over-dyed stitching that they used, and over time when you wash it, that over-dyed has like come off, so now there's a contrast stitch on this. I don't like it. Paid $8 for it. They don't fit. They're like a size 30 or 29, and it looks like the next few things that I've got here all came from the same household, so these will go up, probably try to get 100, 125. I think that's sort of comp out of these. And then the next ones are the same pant, just a different color. A fan of the brand, but it's difficult for me to sort of wear their products. I had a really nice Loro Piana keychain that I liked. It was like a leather tassel keychain that was green, and it was very on brand for the season that I owned it. I think it was like 2018. Same exact pair of pants, same finish. Fabric is beautiful, great detailing throughout. But again, I think it came from the same household because they're like a size 29 or 30. Entirely too small for me. These will go up. I know Loro Piana has a pretty niche following. It's a tightrope when you sort of operate in the niche brands like Loro Piana and Brunello Cucinelli, because people who know what it is can afford to go buy it. There's a very, very small audience who knows what it is and then is also looking for a deal on it. It's a narrow margin to operate in, and the people who do seek it out aren't necessarily like, double RL stands will have saved searches on eBay. So whenever something pops up, they'll get a notification. People who buy Brunello don't. They'll go to a store. Sometimes people will go to like Brunello stores not knowing what it is, and they're absolutely sticker shocked, and then they go on eBay and try to find it. But for this waist size, it's going to be a very small audience, so the pricing, if I want to move it quickly, is going to have to be pretty aggressive. Like I said, maybe 100, 125 for the Brunello pants, maybe a little less, 85 to 100 for the Loro Pianas, just to get rid of them. I'm not really in a position where I need to hold stock. Sometimes if I buy something, I know that it's going to be a narrow kind of niche marketplace for it. I sort of have to make peace with holding on to it for a while if I want the price that I want. I had a double RL jacket that I held for 2 years, but I think I only paid like for that. I think I paid $39 for that double RL jacket. I ended up selling it for $200. If I wanted to sell that thing for $75, I probably could have done that, but it was not something that I wanted to do, so I kept it for 2 years. I don't know. I'll try to find the best balance between selling it quickly and getting a nice price. I'm not trying to sell these for $15. That's not worth my time, to be honest. And I think the plan for today is to go ski. I have the new Tom Sachs GPS, the triple brown ones, coming in today. So I want to wait for those to get delivered before I head out. Hopefully I'll film something out there. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like I need to. I just... I just heard myself in the third person. It was awful. It was just so boring. I don't know anybody that would watch this. So I will hopefully be able to get something unique and entertaining, or at least brainstorm an idea of how to be entertaining. Lord knows. I think I'm going to shave my face. As you can see, I got a haircut. Did that this week.